welcome to Pick Central. It's myself, Big Ev, and we got Meek Phil behind the glass today. Today, presented by DraftKings. Last night, it was the Rams defense who paid out about $537, I think it was around, which is awesome for the touchdown. I hope they run that back next week. It was fantastic. What a promo. Last night's going to be harder unless it was my guy, Ronnie Rivers or something, because it's one game. People are smart to take the defense. Still, $500 for betting probably like a $5 bet or something is really nice. Incredible. So shout out to DraftKings. Scoring touchdowns is key to winning in the NFL playoffs, and the key to you scoring big is betting on them at DraftKings, the number one place to bet touchdowns. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score 6. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. Here's another reason to watch your favorite players crushing the playoffs. New customers bet $5 to $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big during the NFL playoff with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code PICKCENTRAL. It's code PICKCENTRAL for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. All right. Game last night. Absolute pure dog shit. We streamed it. It was over in third quarter.
I would say the defensive touchdown, it was over, and then really that the 24th, what was it? It was 24-7.
Yeah.
Or no, 27-7 was it? 24-7.
Yeah, I forget.
17-7 and 24-7. It was really like, oh, this is over.
It was just and
three. I keep saying 7-3. They had 3.
I'm gonna say something. I feel bad for Sam Darnold because he had a great season, you know? But it's just not like that's what I expected that game. I don't know why I bet on the Vikings in hindsight, obviously. But, like, I didn't expect Sam Darnold to win a Super Bowl. But, like, you have to give him still – like, he definitely lost some money. I'll tell you that. I think he went from 50 to 40.
Yeah,
I think he still gets $40 million.
It's interesting just the QB market this year is going to be fascinating with, like – a lot of teams kind of need a quarterback, but at the same time, the draft isn't great. Like that's where I think, as much as I agree, he definitely lost some money. All it takes is one team to go big on you. I don't think he ever was going to get like 50. I still think teams have learned their lesson for some of these guys. They have one big year, pay him. Like I don't think he was going to get even like anywhere close to what like Jordan Love got or something like that. But I do think he could. I still think he can potentially get 40 for maybe I don't think it would be the craziest thing if a team gave him like a 3-year like 120 and like kind of front loaded.
Yeah, that's what
I think. Like where it's like kind of almost like Daniel Jones. That's to be honest.
Who's the free agents this year, quarterback wise? Like Kirk Cousins will be out there.
But so they're saying they might keep him.
What?
We'll see. Obviously, that'd never know. They might not. Obviously,
that would be insane to keep him.
But
you have to trade him, right?
Well, no, but the reason I think they might keep him is because they have to pay him, like it's just dead cap. So if you think about it from their perspective, it hasn't gone as sour as like the Russell Wilson Broncos thing did, where I think they're going to sit there and say, listen, we love Penix. Like we drafted him 8 overall for a reason. And we thought, I personally thought he played like solid last 2 games, but I think he's worth keeping. If you have to pay, the money's dead cap. You got to pay it regardless. It's probably worth keeping him on the roster as like the other option. Because like if you're just gonna let him just go to like,
I mean, it's a really good backup.
That's what I'm saying. If the money's like gone, and you want him like just playing for someone else, like I don't think it's that.
Well, you'd have
it's a different. I think it's a little bit different situation where you can go into it and he's the backup. And he has
I still
to deal
think
with
he can get. I feel like they could still get like kind of a good trade out of it.
I don't think they could for the money. The problem is he makes so much money.
Yeah.
That no one's gonna give like a 3rd round pick and have to pay him $40 million.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I think a team like we've talked about a few times, like the Giants, like if you had a Russell Wilson Steelers situation, we're like, oh, we're none of our quarterback. We have 0 quarterbacks right now on the team.
Yeah, 0. Actually,
probably decent chance we draft one.
Pretty incredible. We have 0.
But they're gonna they have to draft one at some point. But they still could draft. In theory, they could go bridge guy, like a Cousins if he became available, like a Fields. even like a Fields or even a Wilson, like and put some and then add like even if you don't draft him third overall, like you draft one in the second round, third round, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you go from there, and then if you don't have it, you're obviously back.
We'll
in
draft a
next year.
second or third round quarterback this year, probably.
If they don't draft him in the first, I almost feel like they have to just to like
If we don't
get
move
one on
up,
the roster.
if we don't move
take a
up,
shot.
if we don't move up, they're not drafting a quarterback in the first round, right?
I don't think so. I mean, unless Ward or Sanders fell to 3, which I don't
That's
think
what I'm
is
saying.
Like,
Like,
I don't
obviously,
think that's
it's
the
not them
craziest
two.
thing.
I think it's. I don't think they're gonna fall, especially with.
Because the Titans and Browns just need a quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Watson's already out for next year. Like Watson's done. He's never going to play for the Browns again. I'd be shocked if he did.
I don't know if he plays football again.
He might not.
I honestly don't think he does.
There's a very decent chance he doesn't. But they need quarterbacks. Like so that they're gonna. You would think they're gonna take someone, unless if they don't take quarterbacks, that would say a lot about where just the general NFL feels about like Ward and Sanders.
Last night though, let's talk more about last night. Sam Darnold, he sucked. He missed. It wasn't like he got sacked 9 times, and I honestly think 6 to 7 were his fault.
He held the ball forever.
So I've never seen a quarterback get sacked 9 times and not once think, "Let me throw this thing away."
There was a few that were really bad.
Bro, it was like
you see
offensive lineman,
O'Connell, like
you're
he's
sitting-
like, "What are you doing?"
You're sitting, yeah, and you're offensive lineman. You're sitting there like, bro, how long do you want me to hold these guys? It's insane.
Because the Rams defense obviously played great, but the Vikings offensive line was good all year.
Yes,
Really good all year.
not
They didn't listen. I don't think their offensive line played well, but Darnold definitely takes the blame for a lot of the
That's where
sacks.
you show like where it's like, oh well, how's he supposed to win getting sacked 9 times? It's like it's not always the offensive line's fault. If you watch that game with your eyeballs, it literally is him sitting back there. He looked very uncomfortable in the pocket. His feet were shuffling a lot. Like he just like you look at Matthew Stafford back there. He literally was staying there last second, slinging the ball. It looked like Sam Darnold was seeing ghosts. Like he truly looked like he was like nervous to get hit and nervous. I think the moment overtook him a little bit. Maybe I don't know, or he's just not that good. I don't know. But he had a great season. I hate. It's easy to shit on him right now, you know. Like he played bad. You could shit him for that game, but he did go 14-3.
No, it's tough. I've said a lot where like I think the standalone games take such a precedence of like the public narrative of how good a player is, especially a quarterback. You can play this amazing. You can have 10 amazing games in a row at 1:00 on a Sunday, and no one cares. There was the Kirk Cousins thing forever, and then you have like a bad primetime game, and it's he's Frank the Tank last night. Oh, Kirk Cousins stinks. He's the worst. Like it's that's like kind of the that's kind of the like.
Actually, never seen Herbert win a 2-minute drive.
Yeah, like stuff like that where it's like the fans they get convinced like you watch like 5 games a week and they get convinced they see every snap of every game.
It's just because you're also now people are watching Red Zone and you're only seeing the good parts and like at the end of the drive. You know, you're not seeing every single snap unless you're a fan of the team. Like we know every Giants thing that happens, but most people are just seeing snippets of each game and they think you know what happened. And then you watch a full game on Thursday night where the guy sucks. It's like in your head he sucks until he's good like 2 more times.
And he has to be good 2 more times, like in prime time.
Yeah.
Like because he can have 3. Like I said, he can have 3. He can have whatever good games in a row at 1:00 on Sunday. And just it's like it doesn't even count.
You suck.
In the minds of like the casual football fan.
You suck, and then you watch the next game and he's like pretty good. You're like, well, he did suck that one time. And then he's good again. It's like, all right, maybe he's good.
And Darnold too. I want to say this. I don't think it was the moment. I think he got hit early and often, and he was tap dancing after that.
Yeah.
I mean I guess you could say it's all encompassing like the moment. Like I don't think it was just the fact that it's tough because. You look at the last 2 games in a row; both were huge games. He played bad, and I'll hear that. Like I think there's maybe that's some element to it, but I don't think that was like the majority of it. I don't
think it's a majority, but I do think you have to look into that because also this isn't just a playoff game for him. This wasn't just that last game. It's his entire career is coming to this. He hasn't gotten a contract since his rookie one. He's gotten like the 1-year deals. Or
he had like a 2 for $20 like an option.
Yeah, which is like nothing for a quarterback. I'm saying
I got you like starter. Yeah,
like this is like the contract. Like if he played 1 good game out of the last 2, he's getting like $55 million.
I don't think he is though. Like 55 is high.
50?
These are the games everyone watches. We saw, polar opposite. Daniel Jones has that 1 great game in the playoffs, gets an absolute bag. Sam Darnold shits his pants in the 2 biggest games of the year. Complete opposite.
I still think he's gonna get like 40. I do because there's a lot of
plays-
teams.
If he played like put up Daniel Jones numbers like in that playoff game, you're gonna be talking 60.
Oh no.
I think definitely 50. I truly do.
If he goes nuts in that game last night and then say they lose they lose to the Lions, I still think he's not getting like 50. I think he's gonna get I think this year he's gonna get like 30 to 35. Like I think 30. I'll say 35 is
a lot for him.
But I think it's gonna be front loaded short term.
Yeah.
Like no one's giving him like a 5-year with a 35 AAV. I think it's like a 30. It's like a 2 or like it's almost like the Kirk Cousins from a few years ago where it's like a 3 for 90 type, like a 3 for like 100 with like the first year guaranteed and like that's it kind of thing. Or maybe like a little like half of it guaranteed, like a little more than first. He has a thing where can we get confirmation on this? There's something in his deal where he can't get franchised.
I think there's something along
Because
those
that
lines.
would be that'd be the thing to do.
Arnold?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think.
I know that was the thing because that would be the no-brainer for them would be to franchise and we make like 40 something for 1 year, all guaranteed, and basically just giving yourself another year of like
figured out
you have JJ's going to come back off the ACL.
Listen, JJ's got that's a lot. He's got a lot of pressure coming right away.
He does, but he also they've seen that like Darnold. He's not going to get
that
you
helped
over the hump.
JJ at the end,
Big time,
1,000%. But it's still like they went 14-3. Like
they're definitely not trading him.
He's got to have some success pretty early for them to because it'll be like fuck, maybe we were good with Darnold,
No, 100%. They're going to say, hey, even if you couldn't win a Super Bowl with Darnold, they're going to say, hey, like we went 14-3,
almost won the division. Yeah,
like almost won the hardest division of football.
Yep.
I'm gonna be Sam Darnold's agent for a minute. He's 28 years old.
Yep.
Those are some salaries his agent is going to point up in negotiations.
Totally.
Yeah. Tua
Cousins.
Tua gets
Love.
53 a year.
And signed it this offseason, literally 8 months
And
ago.
look how much of a bargain Patrick Mahomes is.
That was the genius of signing it early. When you sign early, you always are going to the number just keeps going up.
I mean, Tua getting 53.
I mean, Lawrence 142
Jordan Love
guaranteed.
55. Oh my god.
Yeah, crazy.
Herbert got 193 guaranteed. Bro, these are crazy.
No, we got 100. Oh yeah, total guaranteed.
That's an average a year, yeah.
Yeah.
This is disgusting. But that's what shows me. Kyler at 46. I think. I mean, Kyler's. He might get around Kyler money.
Nah.
If Sam Darnold put up the
No,
Daniel
no,
Jones,
but I think the thing with Murray I'll play the Vikings for Meeks they go you're saying Kyler Murray made 45. Yeah, but Murray's been doing it at this level for 4 years. You had one good year. I think that's what the Vikings will say back.
Also what
You had one good year and you shit down your leg in the two biggest games.
There's
of the
also
season.
a lot of teams that he can be you want Aiden O'Connell? You want fucking give me another quarterback right now. I'm blanking. There's some teams that need a quarterback bad that are not in the top 10 in the draft. That it's you kind of need me more than I need you.
if he had the Daniel Jones playoff game, he legitimately, I think he beats Dak. I don't
No.
think it's crazy.
I don't think Dak.
He's
But
not
I
even
think he
close
gets
to beating
60
Dak.
million.
He could have over 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. Just say he wasn't getting $60 million.
You don't know how desperate
No
some people
chance.
are.
Maybe 50. 50, maybe
There's
if he
some
had done something
desperate
like
ass
that. But,
people. There's some desperate ass teams.
but I still think people are learning where they're going to say, hey, even Aiden O'Connell. Obviously, Darnold's way better. But are they going to say we can have Aiden O'Connell for a ham sandwich, or we can have Darnold for the Lambo? You know what I mean? It's not they're going to say Darnold's definitely better, but is he that? Is he 100x salary better? 50, is he 50x salary better?
What did the Saints pay Derek Carr?
35, 40. That's what Geno got too. I think that's what he'll get. Geno, Geno was 3 for 100ish, 3 for 110. Derek Carr, I think he'll get around that.
The Colts?
But I think he could get it even less, less time. I think he'd even do a 2-year, 80, 2-year 70, whatever.
I think the Colts indulge in quarterback a little bit.
I thought about that. They popped in my mind. I just don't know because we're still only year 2 of AR. Listen, again, not great.
A disaster.
Not great.
Honestly,
But I think they're
the worst is the worst isn't even his play, and that's the problem.
I agree. I think year 3 is his put up, shut up year.
has to. It's
Like I think
everything.
this is the like hard line in the sand. And he doesn't even have the full season. He's got like the first like month or two.
6 games.
Yeah, he's got the first month or two, and like if it's bad, then they're probably pivoting. They're a team that brings in probably a new bridge guy, like not Flacco, someone else.
Yeah. We got to talk about the Rams, though. The Rams themselves, Stafford played fantastic. If you look at the stats of the game, which I was saying yesterday, let me bring them up real fast. If I told you the stats of the game, you'd be like, oh, it had to be like a kind of a close game, right? Because the Rams, you have Tyler Higbee was the leading receiver.
And he was out in the second quarter.
He was out.
He got hurt. That's why all the tight ends
went to the hospital. But yeah,
that's why the tight ends were catching passes because he was hurt and he was getting fed early.
Yeah, he had 5 receptions, 58 yards. Puka had 5 for 44, and Cooper Kupp had 1 for 29. If I give you those stats, you're like, oh, that was.
I'm telling you, they lost. I'm saying, oh,
I think they lost. Yeah,
I'm like, oh, Rams, that's no.
I think they lost too. Like Puka only having 5 for 44. It's like, oh, they really contained.
Or the only way I'm like, or if you telling me that, I'd be like, tell me like Demo hit for like DeMarcus Robinson hit for like a 70-yard touchdown.
Yeah,
like Tutu Atwell or somebody like or Kyrie. The only way,
Kyrie Williams.
The only way,
76 yards.
That's what I'm saying. You're not telling me unless you told me Kyrie Williams ran for like $150 and like 2 touchdowns. I'd be like, okay.
76 yards rushing. It's not
crazy.
So the Vikings defense, in all honesty, played well.
No, really, after the first drive, they played well.
Yes.
They went right down the field that first drive, but Stafford played fucking unbelievable.
Stafford was great. I
can't
turnovers.
stress, he makes so many throws like that go so under the radar that you're like, holy shit, if you're like really watching.
Doesn't make the
special quarterback.
Doesn't make the stat sheet with him. It's these throws that he throws from the side or in the pocket where you're like, how the fuck did that get over the defender's head right into that guy's
Dude, the one to the tight end that he dropped was an insane ball.
Yes.
Down the sideline, insane ball.
Now, let me ask you a question because we have Meek Phil saying absolutely not. His friend J5 is saying absolutely yes. I'm saying absolutely yes. I'm all in on the Rams that can take down the Eagles.
Can they beat the Eagles?
Of course they can. I think if anyone says they can't beat them, that's just stupid.
I don't think the Eagles are going to play as bad as they did this past Sunday. That's what I
think it's a fair. I think it's a fair point by me.
Why not though? You know,
the biggest thing for me is just like Stafford is such an X factor.
Yes,
and I think he's good enough that he can.
If the Rams play the Eagles last week, they win.
That I would agree with, but I agree with Meek though that the Eagles like. Them playing that bad and winning, I think, also says a lot about how good they are. And like, if they play a good game, like the Rams won't win.
Their defense,
the Rams won't be within a touchdown if the Eagles play like. Also, when they played earlier in the year, they could not stop. Like Saquon went bazooka.
That's
like,
scary.
Nutty.
Saquon's definitely scary. Another game I wanted to ask you guys about because I actually saw a argument between Stephen A. Shannon Sharp against Orlovsky, right? And Orlovsky was talking about how. If the Bills play like they played on Sunday, they can beat the Ravens. And Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith said no. They need to play way better than what they played on Sunday. And I disagreed with – I actually was with Orlovsky because the Bills it's hard to say because it's like the Bills up 1 touchdown, you know? And Josh Allen had an unbelievable second half. Like, he was really good in the second half. It's just hard to like make that argument because the Ravens also, like I know it wasn't a 14-point game, but like they let up on the gas.
But they were so
Zay Flowers playing because that was a little bit of a factor.
Yeah, but they ran all over him though. They were so
Derrick Henry could do whatever he wanted,
and Lamar did too. Like they were so in control.
And the problem is in the beginning of the season, Derrick Henry also ran all over the Bills.
That's why I like the Ravens in the game. Like I'm like pretty confident even saying this on
What's
Tuesday.
the line?
Like 1.
Bills 1.
Yeah, I think so.
I saw 1.5 Bills.
Baltimore is -1 now.
Yeah, I'll take the Bill. I would take the Ravens money line.
Bills being at home is actually a huge advantage for them.
Yeah, I mean it is, but I don't know. I just think the Ravens are. I think the Ravens are better. They're both so good. So you're splitting hairs, but
Do you think the winner of this beats the Chiefs?
I want them to, but probably not.
I know it's so...
They just have the voodoo magic. Like, they'll just find a way.
I could see the Chiefs making this one close, and then everyone's like, oh, they're going to lose and then win. You know
it just
I mean?
would... I know like hate on Patrick Mahomes in the past. I really don't even like care that much. It's more just I just would like to it'd be nice to see one of these like incredible young quarterbacks go get one. Like I don't want Mahomes to like Jordan all these guys. Like I want to see Allen get a ring. I want to see like Lamar
Allen get a ring.
I want to see Lamar get a ring. You know what I mean? Like I want to, and I think I've turned to like Lamar, such team Lamar, because I feel like he's still. It makes me really mad that I feel like still even right now people don't like. There's a lot of people that don't respect him in the way they should.
That's stupid. If they,
I just think there's a lot of people that's. I think like the running back narrative has finally been like put to bed. Like the way he's thrown this year is insane. Absolutely insane. But I still think there's people that are like, oh, like he's kind of like, people still don't give him that credit. Say he's like not good in the playoffs.
Why did everyone let Derrick Henry go there?
The Cowboys didn't want him.
Like, why would like? Oh, he's 31. He's it's like, and he was on the Titans, who
he was
sucked.
good, and he was still good.
Yes,
Like the
he was
last
still good,
couple
and
years.
the offensive line was not good, and he was good. He's 31 and having his like best season he's had.
Also, they've talked about. I saw like the Boston guys have talked about it. The way he takes care of his body, they say he's like almost Brady-esque.
Yeah.
Like he's insanely like
he's a
tank,
he's a
man.
mannequin.
But they say he is so like diligent and like disciplined and like everything he eats and the way he works out, like just everything he does to take care of his body. Like he is like the prototype of like wanting to be like almost like Frank Gore's, like play running back at a high level for like 15 years.
Yeah.
Which almost feels impossible, but
could.
I mean, Brady, everyone thought it was impossible for Brady to do it for like 20, almost 25 years, 20 plus years.
Yeah, no.
So maybe he could be like the outlier and just has done such a good job taking care of himself that he could do 13, 14 hard years of running back in the league.
As a fan, I do think we're all on the same page that we only want to see five out of these 8 teams in the Super Bowl, right? There's eight teams.
I mean, you're saying the three-headed monster in the AFC,
and
then
the
Eagles Lions.
Eagles Lions.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be.
Listen, I'll say if the
the
Rams were able to like shock the world and go into Philly and win, they'd be a fun story. Like I'm just such a Stafford guy. Like I would like to. Like I wouldn't hate seeing them there again.
Yeah, no, I
agree with you. Like the Eagles are the better team. Lions
fun
are the better
matchup
team.
wise, like the Eagles and the Lions are very fun to watch. Rams are fun to watch, but not as they don't. It's just
Yeah.
But yeah, I honestly think the Lions are gonna. We were talking about this before? Do you know the line for Jahmyr Gibbs to score a touchdown?
Like minus like 300.
340.
I knew it was last week.
What is David Montgomery to score? Because he's playing, I think.
Well, that's what changed it last week. It was because they were always both like 140 to like 175, and then once Montgomery was out, Gibbs was through the roof.
Yeah. Phil, you looking at it?
He's pulling it up.
Is he?
Because they might not have props on him yet if they're not like 100% sure if he's going to play. I know they like said he's probably going to.
Minus 230 for a guy coming off an injury. He hasn't played in a couple weeks, and he's minus two. Just went down 230. That was really quick.
I'm on Rod's minus 140.
Oh yeah, I'm on Rod, and that's not like a. I'm on Rod. Something I don't know. Every time I bet on him on a primetime game,
but I think he's scored like 12 touchdowns this year. So he scores more games.
Yeah, the first 5 are the line. I mean, it's still McLaurin is still better than Laporta, but like go down a little bit. Brian Robinson Jr.
Daniels 160.
Craig Reynolds is fucking 265.
The third running back. That's the third running back.
Tim Patrick, keep going. Look, we're all the way down here in 235. Eckler.
Dime. Ertz at 310. I don't think
Ertz
is
a
bad.
great
QB
one.
sneak.
QB sneak with the best running back tandem in
go down a little more down. Anyone else? McCaffrey. McCaffrey wouldn't be a bad one.
Chris Rodriguez, because apparently he gets the.
Khalif.
Their third back or fourth back.
Jamison Crowder's still on the team.
Yep, sure is.
Did he play?
A little bit, I think.
I was gonna say I haven't seen him.
Then Ben Sinnott was a stud in college.
Yeah, he was.
Kansas State.
He was.
Tight end,
Yes.
Beast.
Also, NFL news. Everyone's talking about Jerry Jones has called Deion Sanders to be an NFL coach, and I think you said this yesterday, Ev. Like people kind of forget like who Deion is. in a way.
They think he's LeVar Ball. Like, he did this. He played. He was one of the best players in the history of the National Football League.
Also, he never really talked about his sons until they got like his son was on what was the first team? Jackson State.
Well, his older son Shiloh played. He was played for South Carolina.
Yeah.
And then he coached. And then Shadur, he was interesting because he could have went anywhere. He was like 4-star, like could have went literally anywhere. And he chose to go to FAU with Tom Herman to kind of go off the beaten path. And I think he also wanted to start right away. And then all of a sudden he takes the Jackson State job. He goes with them.
Wait, Shador went to FAU?
No, he committed there. He never went.
Oh my God.
He committed there.
Poor FAU.
And then his dad decided, I'm going to coach Jackson State. He said, fuck it. I'm going to go with you to Jackson.
And I want to say this. Nepotism, whatever you want to say. If your dad is like the best NFL player ever, like one of, you're gonna go follow him to be a coach and play for him.
They also just have a super close relationship. Like I could see like some scenarios where that isn't the case. If you're like, he's different because he's also like the best player. Like with Travis Hunter, he's one of them. But I mean, I've seen a lot of that where I guess most of them do play. I feel like it's funny with the coach's kids. It's always like Dabo Sweet, like his kid, where he's like some small white kid that's just like on the team.
It's like Michigan State, Izzo's kid. He's
exactly,
like 5'8".
Yeah, like you're not used to like the coach's son being he's like a big time quarterback recruit.
The only
first round draft pick.
Coaches' sons have been good. Austin Rivers was good.
Yeah, he was good.
He was good. But he was also only coached by him in the NBA.
He was only for a short period of time too. It wasn't that long.
There's not many other people, right?
I don't think that played
Doug
for
McDermott.
Yeah, in college, McDermott.
He was good.
He was like player of the year. Yeah, he's player of the year.
Good one, Phil.
Good one.
There's not much coach,
especially not guys that not many where the player was very good.
We're getting to a point of a lot of star athletes, kids being.
Yeah, we're that old.
Like Carlos Boozer's kids are. It wasn't a star, Carlos Boozer, but he was a good player. His kids are coming next year.
It's everywhere. Like even like Ryan Clark's kid is like a stud corner for Notre Dame.
Oh, really?
His kid plays for Notre Dame. Crazy.
I didn't know that. That was him.
Yeah.
Who else we got?
There's a bunch in college. There's so many. Like I remember they did a little graphic of it this year of like Chad Pennington's kid plays for Marshall, like where he played.
Kurt Warner's kid.
There's like Kurt Warner. There's a million of those in college.
And that's funny. Arch is like none of the quarterback's kids.
Yeah. The quarterback's nephew.
Yeah, nephew. I will
Grandson.
say, a little disappointing out of Michael Jordan's
kids.
offspring.
He's banging Larsa Pippen, or he was.
Yeah, I think the other
he still is.
other kid. No, they're not. They're broken up. That's so bad.
His one son played for UCF basketball.
Yeah, he wasn't very good.
D1. That's tough.
Yeah, it's also
like
tough.
you were a D1 basketball player, and you're like a disgrace.
And like you look at LeBron's kids, everyone just like they're not that good to be playing in the NBA, but they at least are.
The younger one just committed to Arizona.
Supposedly, I have been very wrong, and he's worse than Bronny.
I'm not,
but I don't know.
I'm not as familiar with Bryce.
Yeah, I just thought he was taller and better. But I mean, hey, it's no matter what, I'm excited to watch Bron's kid in Arizona. Before we keep going, let me talk to you guys about SoFi TGL presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It is tonight. It's sharp and it's electric. Picture this: 2 hours of hammer-dropping, overtime-forcing playoffs on the line golf with 24 of the best players, the PGA Tour like Tiger, Rory, and more, split into 6 teams. You getting this because we're not done yet. Tuesday, January 14th, today, the showdown is set. Los Angeles Golf Club against Jupiter Links Golf Club. Max Homa, Tom Kim, Kevin Kisner, Tiger Woods, the 82-time PGA Tour winner. 82 times? That's so many times.
A lot of times.
Tiger Woods tee off against Colin Morikawa, Sahith Theegala. I always Theegala. Justin Rose and Tommy Fleetwood, 2 powerhouse teams, 1 epic battle. This isn't your average Sunday stroll on the course. This golf like you've never seen before. To learn more, visit tglgolf.com. Tune in January 14th on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Keep it up. It's golf. There's a lot of good college basketball on tonight. I'm gonna be watching some golf on another screen as well. I'm gonna have both up because TGL is actually. I'll be honest. If I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know how I'd like it at first, and I watched the first one. I was like, I'm completely sold. This is an awesome way to get golf exciting. Like, golf was exciting with waste management. Like 16th hole, everyone's screaming at you. It was amazing, and you love that. And golf gets exciting always on Sundays. But like this was like, almost felt like it's like you and the boys out there just like whacking it out like one of those those indoor clubs.
Yeah.
You could do it like it's almost like that. Like the fans and everything was, and the fact that like Tiger Woods is playing in this is fucking awesome.
No, it's a brilliant idea. Like they brought, like you said, they kind of brought the waste, like some of the waste management feel and some of the like normal sports like basketball, football, baseball feel to golf that they just never had before.
Yeah.
Like you said, you have Tiger Woods mic'd up. Like that's crazy.
It's insane. That should never,
It's like
you
unheard
never
of.
thought you'd get that.
And then playing where they're taking shots and you're like, usually you're yelling, you're cheering, you're chirping. On the broadcast, you're hearing like what they're saying, chirping the other guys they're playing against, like Aberg, and they have literally like the best guys. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's cool to also root for like a team, Like it's
Hell yeah.
in golf, you never usually get that. Do you back to what we were talking about? Do you think Dion goes to the Cowboys? Because it is weird with the Cowboys. What I said yesterday is they denied McCarthy an interview with the Bears. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, they're gonna sign him for one more year, or sign him for a couple. Like he's gonna be the coach. And then I think they put out a flyer to Dion, called him up, being like, "What do you think? Like, do you think you'd actually leave?" Because Dion's also been saying like, "I'm not leaving for the NFL." Of course, that every coach says that. And then he also said, "I'm not going to the NFL unless I am coaching my sons on $1 million worth of game." But when Jerry Jones calls you, I think he's gonna take it.
I think he's definitely interested. The reason the Cowboys are so stupid and just so like poorly run right now is they're looking for a new coach. You had McCarthy, who was just a free agent, who you could essentially, if you made this decision to just like, we're just not going to re-sign him, you could have made this decision so long ago.
Yep.
And they missed out on their window to interview like Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, like all these like hot younger coaches that are like still in the playoffs. Like they missed their chance to interview them.
Yep.
They fucking blew it. So to me, it almost feels like if they really wanted Dion, they almost like have to get him now. Or like, what the fuck are they gonna do?
We were talking about. We kind of remember. I think that Kellen Moore left on bad terms, but I don't know if he did because that was someone that was being thrown out.
That's my prediction. I think Moore is gonna go back to the Cowboys.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because I think he's in this like unless he gets like a different job offer that he likes. He just seems to me like a guy like he's been a coordinator for a while, had some success, like multiple different teams. Like I feel like he's probably ready to make that jump. He's getting not older, but I'm saying he's like probably like 40, maybe like late 30s, 40. He's getting older, so I mean I could see him like finally being ready to be like, hey, like I want to grab the reins here.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Cowboys would be a team that makes sense when like like Ben Johnson's gonna get one, like Aaron Glenn's probably gonna get one somewhere. Like those guys are gonna land on spots, and then you're gonna have like some of the trickle down. So I could see where if Dion doesn't want it, then they're like, hey, come back.
Yep. Moving on to college basketball, but first I do want to talk to Meek Phil. There's two things I want to talk to you about. One is why has Derrick Henry and Josh Jacobs block you on Twitter?
I think I'm on a list.
You're not on a list.
I think I'm on a blocked list where.
Well, you think they have like a troll list and like, hey guys,
Yes.
No, they do not.
Because I've never tweeted anything bad to Derrick Henry. I've never tweeted anything bad to Josh Jacobs. I don't think I tweeted anything bad about either one of them. And
what about
apparently
their
I'm
teams?
blocked.
What about like,
If
it's
you're
not?
the Oakland Raiders and Tennessee Titans, two garbage ass teams. You're offended I was talking trash about them.
Also, the Titans were good good amount of the years he was there. They had had a couple not great ones, but they had some good ones
but like
too.
for the most part, they were irrelevant teams and never really won anything.
Speaking of what, the Tannehill couldn't still sling it.
He
wasn't great, but like there's some not good quarterbacks out.
So he waited this. He really thought he was gonna finally get an opportunity somewhere, even mid-season, to come in and start, and it just never happened. He basically refused to sign the offseason as a backup. Is pretty much what happened.
You gotta let it go sometimes,
He
right?
had a solid career though. Like
Yeah, he had a nice.
yeah,
he had a nice bounce back. He's kind of become like the poster child of like like you could have a bad get drafted the first round, not work out, and then go to another team and like have a good run.
Yeah. Okay. And 2, for the chat that doesn't know, Meek Phil couldn't name one restaurant in New York City.
Oh, yeah.
And when I ask Phil questions, he thinks that I'm shitting on him and judging him, and like,
Which you are.
judging maybe, shitting no, not judging. I'm enamored by you. Like I'm enamored by what you like. I'm enamored by your lifestyle, and I like asking questions. So I asked him about like how many restaurants you go to last year, not work related. You know, like not like in North Dakota or
me and Meek had a
whatever.
dinner.
Yeah, like that doesn't count because it's like it's
Had a lunch at Applebee's or something.
It's on your own. You're like you're going to dinner tonight, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like I like trying restaurants. 1. All year 2024, Meek Phil went to 1 restaurant, and in fairness, his mother's a saint if she's listening. An absolute. What I hear about this woman, she's an absolute saint about how she drives and picks people up at the train station. She's fantastic, it seems, right?
Yeah.
And she cooks for you all the time too.
Yeah.
But yesterday, or last week, or weekend?
This past weekend.
This past weekend, Meek Phil went to a restaurant with his friends.
Yeah.
And how was it?
It was good food.
What was the vibe like?
It was just 4 guys hanging out, eating, talking.
Was it like a sports bar type?
No, it's just like a restaurant. Well,
restaurant.
there were TVs, like with sports.
What'd you wear?
What did I wear? It's crazy. I don't even remember what I wore.
So did you enjoy the restaurant? Like, what you think? How many? Over under? How many restaurants this year you think?
Give me a number what you think I should expect.
What I should.
Well, does the first one already count? Because he went in 2025.
Yeah, first one counts.
So
What I expect or what I think is a number.
What do you expect?
What do I expect? It should be 20 plus.
Okay.
But that's not going to happen for you. My over under for you is 6.5.
You know, 20 is a good amount for all right, so let me ask this then, like, for example, like, me, you, and the Hubs went and got, like, a couple of drinks and, like, some food before the stream yesterday. Does that count to you? Like, we all work together?
No.
That doesn't count.
No.
Then 20 to me is, like, a lot if you don't have, like, a significant other.
No, I think that, like...
That's, like, that's a good... Because that's
12,
like almost
12.
2 a month.
Okay.
One a month.
That, like, especially with where we work, a lot of young people, a lot of those... Like, if something like that doesn't count.
True.
Meek would do, I'm sure, a few of those as well, like, at some point over
12.
the year.
Okay.
One a month.
1 a month's respectable.
And it counts if, as a group, we plan it outside. Like, we want to go to dinner tonight. That counts.
That counts.
Not like before stream or like you're in Chicago or something. Or if you're in Chicago, that counts. It's not like...
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Like, if we, like, you go get dinner, like, you have for work, like, go get dinner with the coworkers, does that count? Because that's, like, work, but it's, like, not work.
I'll usually not.
I think with me, like...
Because that's usually
these are, like, your friends, like... For Meek, like a lot of his good friends, I imagine, are here.
Yeah,
He's got Lenny and the boys.
Did Lenny
there,
go to dinner?
Yeah.
Of course he did. What Lenny get for dinner?
He got a burger.
Did you talk about anything besides sports?
Sports. What did we talk about?
Which is fine. That's usually what I talk about.
Yeah, I would say I don't talk about a lot else either.
I'm not saying this is not a slight at all. I usually am talking about sports. This dinner was not memorable at all, huh? All right, at least you went.
You're making me think. Like,
all right,
yeah,
I'm glad. I just wanted.
Was J5 there?
No, J5's in Nashville.
Oh, I didn't know he was. Okay,
Yeah, he's a
gotcha.
nomad.
Gotcha. Not nomad.
Yeah.
He just doesn't live in New York. You know what a nomad means?
A very popular city too.
What?
A nomad means like he doesn't have like a base. He doesn't have
he doesn't have
his
home
own
base.
home base. Yeah, it's like an apartment.
A nomad is like he goes to each like he'll go to like Nashville for like a month and then goes to California. And then like
is that actually what he's doing?
No, he's been in Nashville for like a year. But like,
So he's got like an apartment there or something. Oh yes, he's not a nomad.
Just lives in Nashville.
I love that you use the word nomad though.
All right. Well, that was just a little fun.
Me and my boys, if one of us like got in trouble and got like kicked out of our house for the night, or like basically we're like dad was so mad at you kind of thing, you like dipped. We would call that like I'm nomad right now. Like I'm like guys like I'm staying over tonight. Like,
do you think there's like you're probably in a lower than 1 percentile that only go to one restaurant last year? Probably. It's impressive.
Definitely.
And I that's what I'm saying. I'm enamored by you.
But again, you're like the one restaurant thing. You're like with the stipulations.
Well,
is different.
well, stipulation is still like 3.
No, but like you, there's no way the only other 2 were me and you getting Applebee's in that dinner.
Well, I went to dinner with Clemmer.
Yes, and you and Clemmer are the other 2.
Then there was another one, New Orleans with Tommy Clemmer.
There you go. So we got a few in there.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 4.
I guess that was it.
Yeah.
All right, I guess.
I know it's impressive. And you know what? He's saving money, and he's probably
Meek's the richest guy here.
has to be.
No
Meek-
comment.
Meek's like,
Let's talk a little college basketball for a second. Then we'll go a little NBA, and we'll get out of here. College basketball tonight is a great slate. I also do want to say Cooper Flag is minus 400 for Player of the Year. That's pretty
minus 400.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Wow.
That's a pretty crazy.
Well, Broom getting hurt, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know.
That must have flipped the line.
When you drop 42 and then Broom gets hurt,
Yeah, and the favorite has a bad ankle injury.
It's but I mean he's the best player in the country. I don't. There's nothing else to really talk about that. And
I think him or I still somebody I know the team that hasn't worked out the way everyone thought. I think Dylan Harper's awesome.
Yeah, I don't even think he's close, to be honest.
Well, the team, like, without the team success, like, he's never going to win player of the. And I'm not even saying, like, Flag should be player of the year, but I think Harper's, like,
Let me ask you
I think
a
Harper's
question.
going to be, like, a very good NBA player.
You're not a Duke hater, are you?
No, I would say, honestly, any of my oppositions become from being friends with you.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say
I appreciate
I actually
that.
was someone who probably pre-meeting you, like, was like, I don't mind Duke at all.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, because obviously everyone, like, hates him, I always kind of, like, I just enjoyed watching them as a kid. Like, I always kind of like the lure.
Well, let me ask you a question.
And I didn't crazy have a college basketball team growing up.
Yeah.
I kind of just was like a fan of the sport, so I kind of just appreciated like a little bit of everything.
I think this is one of the more likable Duke teams that like no one kind of. I mean, when they lost, I definitely like got a ton of death threats, but usually not as many as I usually get. Like I feel like they're
Coach K.
It's Coach K.
He's a huge part of it.
100%.
Massive part of it.
Also, it makes sense when you coach for 40 years, like of course, and you like start to get old and you do some
Questionable
very
things.
respectable things. I don't know. Like also Shire is like just a nice guy. It seems
He hasn't built that. Yeah, he hasn't built
it's
the
been
animosity.
3 years. You know, like it's our third year.
When you win a lot and you become like a pretentious asshole, people start to like hate you.
Yeah.
Listen, Flag. Let's put like Flag's likable right now. He's one step in a guy's chest away from being the most hated guy in America.
That's fair.
But if he doesn't do anything like that, they won't be that hated.
Like even like when he scored 42, he dunked over that guy. Like he's like
sick.
It's like not even like this motherfucker. You know, it's like you just kind of.
It's weird because even when like Zion was there, I felt like they were likable.
Yeah, they were.
People, I feel like people generally rooted for like the Zion RJ thing to work out.
Because Zion was just
like casual fans, like we're just fans of him.
Yeah, Zion was appointment television.
Absolutely.
It was like when that game against I think it was Kentucky they played, and his first game he like broke his shoe. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was crazy. Like that was appointment. Like holy shit.
And I
remember talking that day. I was like, one day we're gonna look back and be like, Zion Williamson played in college. That's insane. And
Yes, because Flag is a great player, but there's no college basketball player that I viewed as appointment television that can compare to like
no,
Zion,
I
2019
thought
Zion.
Cooper Flag was going to. He's just not like he's amazing.
He's
like,
not as flashy.
He's not as flashy and like, holy shit. You'll get he's had a couple holy shit moments, but not like Zion.
Well, Zion is such.
Remember when Zion did that 360 dunk?
Zion is such a physical specimen.
When you look
like
at
you've
him,
never seen anything like him. Like especially how big he is. Like because he's LeBron big, but he's like so thick. Too.
Yeah.
Like seeing a guy that big and that strong that can jump that high and like do the shit he's doing. Like and he in like the high school highlight tape was insane. He became a meme playing it like he played like a normal high school. Like he didn't go like the Cooper Flag round, go to like Montverde or one of these.
Yeah.
He played at like a local like South Carolina high school where he's playing against like Jimmy from math class.
Yep.
That's legitimately like
that
5'8".
meme, that guy.
A kid that's like 5'9", 140 pounds.
Trying to get his
I
face.
wish he was good in the NBA so bad.
Just wish he wasn't.
He is. He's just hurt. But when he
I know,
plays,
but-
he's good. When he plays, he's very
Him
good.
not living up to his potential just hurts.
Sucks.
Also, that year, I think that it became very compelling because so much narrative became Zion needs the ball more. Like, RJ is the ball so much. Like, he's taking too many shots. Like, that became like a constant battle of and then what Cam Reddish is kind of out of the fold, where he needs to get more shots. Like, that trio and really the duo, of RJ and him was definitely a big narrative.
Crazy.
throughout the season.
RJ was the number one guy.
Yeah.
And how's he doing?
He puts up stats.
Yeah, he's definitely put up numbers with the Raptors. They're just not very
right?
good. Yeah, they're not good.
But
I'll always like RJ Barrett. I'll always have I'll feel good. I always will like
he's a
RJ
good
Barrett.
guy.
Quickly too, I like.
I'll give you a couple games. Mississippi State, Auburn tonight. This is gambling brain, very telling of who to bet on. Mississippi State is 14-2, 15 in the country. They're good. They're always very good defensively. Mississippi State. They just lost to Kentucky. When I say defensively, they did let up 95 points, but they're usually letting up 50.
They've been good, the last few years for sure.
They just lost to Kentucky, so coming off a loss. They are plus 7.5 tonight at Auburn. Auburn just lost Johnny Broom. How do you not take Auburn when you just lost their best player? They're still minus 7.5 at home.
It's tough. I was kind of going back and forth on it. I don't know if I'm gonna bet it.
I think I'm gonna stay away.
I really like Josh Hubbard. It's a tough game for how do they respond with Broom because they run so much of the offense through Broom.
Yeah,
but they're also so talented still. Where this is for me. I don't think I'm gonna bet it, but I'll be watching. Just kind of see how they look.
Yeah,
post Broom. What are they? Not post Broom, but without him.
They do have one loss, Auburn. People forget that. Of who beat them. I like that. It's a very interesting game. Ole Miss, Alabama. Ole Miss is 14-2. Alabama 14-2. Bama is minus 11.5
at home. I kind of like Bama.
I like Bama as well. Minus 11.5. That's a. I don't know how Ole Miss is yet. They've beaten their last 3 wins were Georgia, Arkansas, LSU. In my opinion, in the SEC, that's all they're all the same tier. In kind of the middle. They beat the shit out of Louisville. Louisville's better this year, but they're kind of that same tier. They really haven't beaten anybody. They lost to Memphis, pretty bad, by 17. And their best wins were the ones I just said. They haven't really beaten anybody, and their other loss was to Purdue. They lost by 2, which is a pretty good loss. But they haven't really beat anybody. Alabama at home, I think they just fucking run them out of the gym.
No, I do too. I think this is a blowout. I think Ole Miss is solid. I think they're probably even a tournament team. But Bama's a legit 1 seed.
Yes. Me, can you do me a favor real fast? Can you look up the status of Wade Taylor tonight?
Out. I'm pretty sure out.
Out?
I'm pretty sure he's out.
Even with Wade Taylor out, I love Texas A&M plus 6.5 at Kentucky. I like him plus 6.5. I think it's a good amount of points.
Wade Taylor is out per John Rothstein.
Okay, that's their best player. Texas A&M also just played at home against Alabama without Wade Taylor. They lost by 6. It was closer at those. It was.
Yeah, I was on Bama.
I think that's a great. I think Texas A&M is going to keep this close and plus 6.5. What do you think?
Probably without Wade Taylor, probably a stay away. We haven't talked. There's a few games I like that we haven't talked about yet. A lot of these ones I'm not. I really won't be betting on these.
Which ones did you want to talk about?
The ones I bet on, I really like Cuse actually at home.
Yeah, I like Cuse. I bet them already.
Should have 3-point sniper. But also I looked at myself. They just at home they're catching 8.5.
It's a lot.
Louisville's good. They just had a good win at I think it was at home or
Louisville?
It was I can't remember home or they lost to Pitt or they beat Pitt.
They beat Pitt on the road.
They beat Pitt. Now they're on the road again. I don't know. I think Cuse in the dome. I think they can keep it close.
What about Illinois, Indiana? Illinois is minus 3.5 on the road at Indiana.
This is such a classic Indiana spot. At Assembly Hall, catching a few.
Yes.
Illinois is very good. Very good.
But But Illinois just lost by 10 at home against USC, which was a huge upset.
Yeah.
USC, I think, was like plus 10 or something.
They were.
Shout out Ruda and Musselman. That's a great win right
Yeah,
there.
really good win. Yeah, I like Indiana. I just think it's, like I said, Assembly Hall, like at home.
That's system play right there.
That's what I'm saying. It's just system play. Like unranked, they're only catching like a few.
And then your team's playing tonight. Mine is, well, they're fucking minus 24.5 against Miami. That's
what a disaster, Miami.
Well, he completely
I think he's
out,
I think
right?
he's leaving. I think he's probably just gonna like retire.
Yeah, I mean minus 24.5 against Miami is a
crazy.
That's what my nights are for Duke now. I'm gonna watch shit out of it, but 24.5 is
honestly.
That's why it's fun to watch because I just play for the spread now.
This is a huge game for Ohio State.
That's what I was gonna say. Ohio State is
we're catching 6.5
at Wisconsin.
Such a tough game.
You win this game, you're getting back into.
Even from like where we'd be in the tournament right now. Like I forget, we've had some tough losses, but we haven't really lost to like bad. We really just like
Oregon one.
We lost heartbreakers. Like Pitt was a devastating loss, heartbreaker. But we've got some good wins. Like we beat up Texas, smashed Kentucky. Like we got some good wins on our belt. We haven't totally like I know right now they say we'd be in the 64, but like we're like bubble-ish.
You're bubble-ish.
We're like safe bubble right now.
Yeah, you're bubble-ish.
But like we could use a couple. Like Oregon would have been huge.
This one is huge.
Like we could use a couple like this. Like
because you also lost to Michigan State. You also lost to Oregon. You also lost to
was a Pitt.
Maryland.
Yeah, Maryland.
Maryland's really good though. I don't know what they're not getting.
Maryland kind of beat us up.
No, they beat the shit out of you. Maryland's not getting a
tough
lot of love.
game.
They're 13-4. They're very good. But yeah, let's go through some picks. You guys, Knicks lost last night.
Yeah, they're struggling. They're struggling right now.
They're struggling a little bit.
NBA games in January. Like,
That's I have faith in them to like get it worked out, but they're just the last like couple weeks they haven't been playing great.
I was so into the NBA regular season last year. It's like because the Knicks were so good, 2 seed, they were playing great every night, and now it's like they got to the second round this year, lost on Game 7. It's like I just don't get up for these regular season games like I used to.
Yeah, because it's boring.
It's boring. Like I know, like we lost to the Pistons last night. It's like doesn't matter.
No,
like,
it doesn't matter whatsoever. It's just like hopefully everyone needs to stay healthy.
That's what I mean. Like if we come out of games healthy, like. Cat had a jammed finger wherever it is last night, so that's something I care about.
Yeah, is he all right?
He just told reporters, "It is what it is."
His fingers.
It is
I
what
would
it
say,
is.
oh, there's pizza.
Fire.
That looked like Trent.
What?
That looked like Trent.
Yes. Ev, what's your picks?
So I'm betting Florida. I have Florida minus 10. Like I said, I have Cuse plus 8.5. I have Arkansas minus 1.5. What else did I have? I had Indiana plus 3.5, and I'm gonna take Bama. And if I'll take Ohio State too. I'm at Ohio State plus 7 and Bama minus 11.
I got Nova plus 2.5. I have Bama minus 11.5. Marquette minus 13.5. Texas A&M plus 6.5. Indiana plus 3.5. Syracuse plus 8.5. Duke minus 24.5. St. John's minus 8.5, and then I have Ohio State plus 6.5, and then I like Georgia Tech plus 4.5 at home against Clemson. That's a interesting line.
I don't hate that.
Also Baylor is banged up.
Oh, Arizona. Yeah, no. Add Arizona minus 5.
Arizona minus 5.5 is a play of.
That's just a line. Yeah, that's
just
like
a line when you're like, okay, we'll take that. Meek, you got anything?
Isaiah Joe revenge game tonight in Philly. Give me Isaiah Joe 3+3s plus 150.
All right.
Well, Arizona minus 5. Correction, but I'll tweet out my official card. But
all right, that is the show. We should maybe have Rico back tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. Clemmer will be back Thursday and Friday. Make sure tonight, 8 o'clock. Surviving Barstool, the final 3 episodes. 5 people are left right now, I believe.
6.
6? Yeah, 6. I can't wait for it. I'm very excited for it. Excited for everybody. Make sure you watch it, 8 o'clock tonight, tomorrow, Thursday, and after Thursday's last episode, there is a finale. A live finale of where I think they reveal the winner in the finale because no one knows the winner yet. It's like a live. It's like a live.
That's what it was last season.
What?
That's what it was last
Yeah,
season.
like they haven't opened the box yet. No one's told anyone who they voted for, so everyone will find out on Thursday. So everyone, make sure you watch Surviving, and that is Pick Central. You got everything up? That was my whole spiel to get the music up.
It's up. It's up, Marty.
All right, that's the show. We'll see you guys tomorrow.